Hi everyone once again. Good morning and happy Thursday. I'm Shilling, one of the AEs here in Singapore, supporting clients all over APAC. And today I'm really excited to share with you about conducting competitor analysis in your market to inform as well as improve your business and marketing strategies. And personally, I hope that you guys can take something away from today's session, as it comes at a very appropriate time, even though most of us are actually busy closing off the financial year. Today's agenda would be as follows: a very quick introduction about Digimind first, as well followed by understanding a little bit more about how you can use competitive intelligence to guide and transform your marketing strategy, followed by 2 case studies of how we have helped Singapore Management University and Lazada on their competitive intelligence projects, as well as a live demo of the platform, and lastly ending off with any Q&A that you might have. If you have any questions, right, don't leave them till the last minute. You can actually just drop your questions in the sidebar, in the pop-up bar on the right-hand side. Plug in any questions you like, and I will address them at the end of the session. Okay, just a very quick introduction about Digimind. We are actually a French company headquartered in Paris with about 25 years of experience in the social listening space. And in terms of presence in APAC, we are headquartered in Singapore. And that's where I'm based in, supporting all clients in the APAC region. This is just a very quick slide to show you the 4 modules of the Digimind social listening platform. The first module really is around real-time listening, which is the core of Digimind's capabilities to help you understand what consumers are saying and what market trends look like. The second module over here, it's for us to better understand Google search behavior. The third one is own analytics that allows you to measure the performance of your content and social accounts. And most importantly, benchmarking these key metrics against your competitors. The last one is around historical search, where you are able to conduct any quick ad hoc searches around any brand, topic, or campaign of interest for your competitors or your own brand. And we are able to discover these conversations dating as far back as 2 years. Okay, so now the exciting part. So these are mainly the 6 common business solutions or use cases on how we have helped our clients in their social listening projects, namely from market competitive intelligence, brand reputation, campaign analysis, consumer insights, trend tracking, as well as influencer identification. But for today's call and webinar, we will be focusing mainly in competitive intelligence to help you better understand your competitors' strategies. Okay, so moving on, in this section, we will have a better understanding on how we can use competitive intelligence, CI, to guide and transform your marketing strategies. So firstly, what is CI? CI, as defined by Gartner, it's actually a data-driven process to help you gather, analyze, and use information related to the competitor's strategy to help understand what is happening, what will happen, and most important million-dollar question, what it means to your organization. CI is needed for organizations to stay relevant, as it helps you stay informed and prioritize innovation by understanding what others are doing. And in any CI project, you need a thorough understanding of the market, and some key questions that you might want to ask in your CI project could be around market share. How was market share positions affected? How that has changed post-COVID? Are there any new product and service offerings that actually entered the market to answer to issues associated with COVID-19 pandemic? As well as things around management. This is also quite common in our projects with clients as well, to understand if there's any significant changes in management. Are there any layoffs? And how are these kind of news impacting customers? And most importantly, for all our CI projects, brand image is definitely important as well, to understand how reputation or the image of the company, as well as your competitors' companies, been affected by the pandemic. And to answer all these questions, we definitely need to help automate CI gathering with technology to help keep up with the increase in consumer data online. Some examples of technology tools that can enhance decision making could be around data analytics to help you analyze large data sets much more efficiently and identifying patterns and trends. The other type of technology tool that we are looking at heavily would be around artificial intelligence, AI, that can automate certain decision-making processes and providing insights to your team. So AI-powered monitoring for CI can really help you guys in terms of processing large amounts of data quickly and accurately, as well as analyzing data to identify patterns and trends, which you can then tap on in your strategies internally. Social media monitoring tools give you the ability to track what's really happening with your competitors. So for example, understanding what your competitors' customers love or dislike about their products, their services, their brand even, understanding which of these products are popular and who your competitors are partnering with or collaborating with, and understanding things around what consumers are saying about your competitors and how quickly they are responding to certain queries that they might have. So as you can see from this slide, there are many ways to exploit social media using competitive intelligence. And we tap on an exhaustive range of data points across social media channels, blogs and forums, online news, web and magazines to help you understand the full picture of what's happening with your competitors. The subsequent few slides are just examples on the use cases for CI and data points that we tap on and extract. Fret not, we will deep dive into the actual demo in a few moments. In this slide that you're seeing, CI can help track competitors' strategic movements, help monitor strategic key moments in the industry, as well as market events also. So on the right-hand side, you can actually see, if there are any M&A news from the different competitors that you're tracking, any partnerships, collaborations, HR movements, etc. We can also track share of voice percentage, what's the volume of mentions of your brand versus other brands, as well as analyzing and benchmarking sentiments. Not only at the brand level, we can actually go really in depth down to the products as well as services levels. We also can conduct comparisons of your campaigns versus your competitors to see what exactly is working, what's not. Are there any good learning points from your competitors' campaigns as well? And last but not least, not forgetting brand image to help you understand where majority of the consumers' conversations are on, right? So for example, for British Airways that you're seeing, majority of the conversations are really around service. And depending on the requirements of your project scope, we are also be able to help you understand what and how market trends evolved and affected your brand and as well as your competitors. So for example, how did your competitors innovate their products and services after COVID? For example, did they push out more content on their social channels, as well as did they launch new services around, for example, delivery to help cope with the inability to actually dine out at a restaurant then? We are also able to track things around economic threats as well to see how your competitors' brand actually position themselves during certain crises also. And very important last slide over here, keeping tabs on your competitors' customers. So personally, I have received questions from my clients previously to help them understand, for them to understand what competitors' customers are saying and complaining. And actually, this gives them a good entry point to understand their pain points online and to actually speak to them to see how else they can complement their requirements. So I would say this is a very important aspect from what I'm hearing, to keep tabs on your competitors' customers. So you actually have a chance to innovate and create more value for these prospects of yours. Okay. Just the next few couple of slides when it comes to case studies. So the first one, it's a project that we are doing with the Singapore Management University, SMU, to help them better understand how they can differentiate from other educational institutions here in Singapore or in APAC, and to monitor how public and prospective students view the school. So we help them embark on a social listening project and build a really strong social listening culture, tapping into social web, social channels, blogs, and forums, and really understanding, what other competitors are doing in this space in helping them maintain an image of a young, vibrant university, and obviously attracting prospective students. The other example that I can think of, it's in a project with Lazada. So you know that there are different marketplaces here in Singapore and in APAC as well, right? In this project, we were given the task of helping them understand and identifying new potential sellers, understand what consumers are saying, understanding what these different competitors are promoting, and understanding what these sellers need. And with that, we were able to create and monitor a platform where we monitored Lazada and its competitors as well. Okay, just a quick reminder over here, if you have any questions, please feel free to just put in to the panel on the right-hand side, and I'll address it after the session. But first off, let me just jump on quickly to a live demo platform. And so this is how the Digimind platform looks like. Everything here you see can be customized based on your project needs, things like colors and placement of brand logos. And these would be the main modules that we have here on the Digimind platform. So the first one is listening module. And as mentioned earlier, the listening module helps you understand the conversations that have been taking place online, everything that is publicly and openly available. Under this module, we have the analysis across the 5 Ws to help you have a much easier time analyzing data around what consumers are saying, when they're talking about your brand, where they're talking about your brand from, who is talking about you, and how they're talking about you. On the left-hand side, this is how we kickstart every project. We will sit down together with you virtually, or maybe face-to-face, on the list of brands and competitor entities that you are interested to track. So in this case, we are looking into a couple of coffee brands from Starbucks, McCafe, Costa Coffee, Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, Dutch Bros, all the way to Joe and Dough. At the back end of this, just sparing you from all the technical nitty-gritty, we will incorporate different local keywords as well, pertaining and associated with these different brands. If I scroll down, you can see different category tags that helps you slice and dice your data. So for example, having a category tag that looks into consumption drivers, what drives people to actually consume the coffee, what are their conversations around taste, quality, product packaging, or even the price point. Likewise, we will include different local keywords also at the back end to actually kind of bunch this data up, aggregate this data into these different subtopics or folders, as you can call it as well. We also can list down all the conversations, file them according to what consumers are saying to a sweet coffee, for example. Is it spicy? Is it pungent? Peach flavored, original, etc. Product attributes in terms of how does the coffee taste, how's the sugar level, the price point, whether it's creamy, what's the smell like, if it's tasty. Because all these category tags are unlimited in a way, you can actually build as many as you want, even down to listing the products that you as well as your competitors are launching over here on the left-hand side. And more often than not, in my client's project, they always look into things such as customer experience, right? Whether or not they are complaining about wrong order. So for example, if you are looking into your competitor and you realize that majority of the conversations are around waiting time, or like poor customer service, you might want to, launch a campaign around it, or even, beef up some of your own customer service, or like waiting time experience for your own brand. Something that's also highly popular in my client's CI projects is to understand company events, such as, is there a takeover? Is there an M&A? Is there any layoff happening in your competitor space as well? On the left-hand side, you can further filter based on the media types. So at any point in time, you can tweak and select the different media types. You can also filter based on the languages, as well as location, where you can specify a country, a city, or a state. Okay, so once that has been done at the start of the project, what we'll do next is to help you analyze very quickly under these 5 Ws to look into what these conversations or trending topics are. Everything that you see here, you can just click into it and you can read it. So for example, for the Eras Taylor Swift tour, I'm not sure if any of you are Taylor Swift fans, but you can see that Starbucks Coffee actually jumped on the bandwagon to actually launch different drinks related to the different songs by Taylor Swift. And you can also take a look into understanding percentage share of voice of your brand versus your other competitors' brands as well. And for when, it gives you a very good understanding of the trend line of conversations that take place over time. So let's say if I want to look into Starbucks and I want to look into the last 30 days, I can do this selection. And for example, if I only want to look into conversations happening from the United States, I can click on it as well. And I just wanted to take this time to also show you a very cool feature that we just launched last week. It's actually an integration with ChatGPT. So what's happening right now is that our AI has identified 3 peaks where there has been at least 60% increase in mentions. So let me just click on peak A to show you how it looks like. So the way it works is that Digimind identifies and push these data points out to ChatGPT, which then will be able to generate a very quick summary of what is happening. Okay, so you can see this really quick summary on the right-hand side, right? That there is actually a new product launched by Starbucks in Southern California and UK, where they actually add a dollop of olive oil into their coffee. I'm not sure what to think about that. I personally don't think I would try it, but this actually generated a huge buzz on this particular date on the February 23rd. And then what we are also able to do is to also help you understand some key metrics around important KPIs that a lot of our clients look at, mainly into the volume of mentions, as well as other important metrics such as reach, interactions, and audience. And the platform is really smart. It actually does give you a very quick comparison against the previous 7 days or last 30 days. We can also take a look into where these conversations take place. So for example, if you're tracking a particular competitor, you can click on that and you'll be able to see which channels was generating like the most buzz for your competitor. And you will also be able to analyze and take a look at who these people or like news sites or sources that have been talking a lot about your brand or even your competitors as well. And all these are actually ranked automatically by Digimind from 1 to 10, 10 being the most visible source. So let's say if you are interested in understanding consumer or like the mass public's opinion that they are sharing online, right? Very simple, you can just toggle the ranking on the left-hand side from 1 to 2 and gives you an updated list of influencers. And last but not least, we have the how people are reacting or how they're feeling about your competitor's new product that they are launching as well. It gives you a very quick number of the net sentiment score, as well as a breakdown of the sentiment from negative, neutral, and positive. And you are able to click into any one of these charts and graphs, read the mentions, and further analyze using the 5Ws again. So thereby giving you the ability to actually do multiple levels of benchmarking. Okay. The second module here that I want to touch on really quickly, it's around understanding top reputation. And this allows you to actually take a look into your competitor's brand. It can be your brand. It can be any topic or campaign that you are interested in monitoring. And you will be able to see how Google search behavior has changed. So for example, Zeus Coffee Penang has actually jumped up one space in rank. And you might be wondering, so what? Like, what do I do with that piece of information? So maybe you can be able to analyze and maybe think that people are searching for Zeus Coffee in Penang. Maybe there's a new branch opening up in Penang for Zeus Coffee. So thereby helping you keep tabs about what's happening with your competitors. Then just the last module right here. Personally, it's my favorite and it's my client's favorite as well. And what we are trying to do is to help you, ensure that all the data points that you're looking at is really concise and included in one dashboard, in one single view like this. The dashboard that you see here, it's fully customizable. So if you tell me, Shilling, I don't really need, this chart, I only want to see specific channels, it's very simple from our side. We can actually edit and customize it for you. So in my experience, when clients are doing competitive intelligence projects, they also want to create a dashboard that looks into brand monitoring of their competitors' brand as well. And the best thing about this is that it's unlimited. So you can actually build as many dashboards as you want to help you answer yours or even your client's objectives. Let me just jump straight into the competitive intelligence dashboard, which we have built. Just bear in mind that it is fully customized. So let's say if you have specific objectives, feel free to just let me know and we can see how we can customize this for you in your project. So for competitive intelligence, this is built based on our existing client projects in terms of what are some of the important metrics. And we have things around trending keywords, understanding top trending concepts that has been talked about a lot with association with these different brands. So as mentioned earlier, for Starbucks, we have the Eras World Tour by Taylor Swift. You also have different content as well as conversations around these other different brands as well. You also can take a look at a trend line of the conversations over time for your different brands as well. And we are also able to create an overview of different metrics by brands, volume of mentions, reach, social interactions, and audience. This takes into account all social media channels. Let's say if you only want to take a look into Facebook, Instagram, or like specific channels, we can do the customization also. We will also be able to have a picture wall of different mentions. So it's really interesting for us to look into that, especially for clients who are interested in user-generated content. So what we are showing you here is actually a picture wall of mentions coming from TikTok, but we can also filter it down to, let's say, Instagram, like Facebook. If I scroll down further, you can actually take a look at who is talking about your brand or your competitor's brand, and you can actually see whether or not you might want to partner with these media publications to, let's say, push out sponsored content and editorial, or even working with different influencers who can potentially be your brand ambassadors or advocates. For CI projects, we see these a lot in terms of understanding audience perception. And you can see from this chart right here, for the last 7 days, that Dutch Bros, Flash Coffee, as well as McCafe, they have the higher negative percentage in terms of like sentiments. And you can actually click into all these data points to see what exactly they're saying. Then just one last thing I wanted to show is around what's the percentage share of voice of just the category on coffee between all these competitors as well. And you can also understand what are some of the top flavors or even attributes of the coffee across these different brands also. Okay, it's a really long dashboard. I just wanted to show you, how extensively we can include the different key metrics, which is fully customizable in your project. All these reports that you see, you will be able to automatically export it as PPT or PDF using your template or even your client's template. So gone are the days, right, where you have to copy and paste the charts and graphs one by one. So this helps you save a lot of time. And for Digimind's perspective as well, we are also able to help you share the dashboards by email to however many people you want on these projects. You can actually schedule a sending as well as just send the email directly. Okay, and with that, I've come to the end of the demo for now. Just want to open the floor up to any questions that you might have. I'm just reading out Dashan's question. Hi, Shilling, thanks for conducting this session. I had one question. Can we get Instagram comments of our competitors in the tool? So I think that would depend. For example, if the Instagram comments, we will need them to integrate their credentials. So I would say that we can't do that. But there are different ways or like workaround for us to be able to pull in conversations or like earn mentions around your competitors as well. Ziad, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrongly. Where are we pulling the data from to understand the share of voice, and what are the data points to gauge brand image? Okay, let me just go to my slide. Okay, I have a much better slide than this. I think we can connect right after as well. But essentially, these would be the different data points that we draw. And depending on your requirements, right? For example, if you are looking heavily into TikTok, we can activate that for you as well. So it's very project specific, because we sometimes have clients who look very heavily into LinkedIn. And this is why we will need to pull in LinkedIn data as well. But this is just in a very quick gist, the different data points that we tap on to help you answer your questions, to understand things such as share of voice, to help you understand, brand image, brand standing in the industry. So, for Rachel Rahman, do you have a similar case study for other industries, example, healthcare and technology? Answer is yes. So one thing I can think of is actually for technology companies like Oppo, like Huawei, where we actually did quite a similar study for them to understand competitive intelligence as well as consumer insights. For example, them launching new phones or like new products in the market, what consumers are saying, and understanding, for example, if they have other competitors launching, new products at the same time as well. As we all know, you will be able to understand how these conversations pertaining to these different products change, and the things around like share of voice, as well as consumer experience or insights. And for Raglan, your question is, let's say I want to monitor a particular industry instead of monitoring a brand. How can we do it in Digimind? Okay, great question. So for Digimind's perspective, right, in this webinar, we are mainly looking to competitors, but we are also able to monitor a specific industry. So in projects that I've done before, sometimes clients just want to monitor the coffee industry, and we track that keyword or hashtag in local language as well for the coffee industry, or even around 5G, mobile, or like healthcare, skincare. So the way social listening works is based on the keyword or the hashtag that you are interested to monitor. All's good. Let me just jump on to the last slide. Hopefully, you guys have had good takeaways from today's session. If you have any questions at all, or if you are interested to do a more specific use case discussion with me, because today I just kept it quite general, right? Let me know. So any questions, we can connect after. Just wishing everyone a very happy week, and blessed Ramadan for everyone else who's celebrating.